Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Hope, and today I want to talk to you about manifestation. We are on the brink of a new year, so now is the time to set your resolutions and decide what you want to manifest in this coming year. We're going to be talking about the 3D way to manifest versus the 5D way to manifest. I'm going to share with you the 4 ways we manifest in the 3D world that really haven't been working so well, and the 5 ways we can manifest in the 5D world that you're going to see much better results with. And then I'm going to share with you the 7 must-knows to be manifesting in our 5D world as we move forward, so stick around for that. The first thing you need to know is that manifesting is all about energy. It's not necessarily about looking at pictures on a vision board, stating affirmations that you may or may not believe are true. It's not about coming from a place of lack, I need, I want this. And it's not about just manifesting material things, houses, cars, people, vacations. The 4 ways we've been manifesting in the 3D world that haven't been working for us include vision boards, affirmations, coming from a place of want or lack, and only asking for material things. So now let's look at the 5 concepts for manifesting in the 5D world, and you'll understand how this is different. The first one is the difference between manifesting with our mind versus manifesting with our heart, because those are 2 totally different things. On an intellectual level, we may believe that we need to have that promotion, or that we have to have this car, or that we have to have this whatever in the material world. So when we conjure things from our mind and using our intellect, we're missing that piece that belongs to the heart. So when we manifest, it's important to understand that we must be in alignment and in tune with what we're asking for, because if we're not in alignment with it, the universe won't bring it to us. It has to be part of who we authentically are on the inside, not who we try to be on the outside. The second concept involves our senses. And as we cut out pictures and put them on a vision board, we're using our eyes, right? But we may not be incorporating our other senses. So how can we incorporate our other senses? So think about something you'd like to manifest. How does it smell? What sounds do you hear when you're experiencing this thing that you want to manifest? What does it feel like? Is there a sensory perception associated with it? How can we bring in all of our senses? How are you going to feel? What's it going to sound like? What's it going to look like, right? To manifest that which you want. The third concept involves self-sabotage. Do we really believe we deserve this? And deserving something is different than wanting something. We can want something, but in our heart, if we don't believe that we absolutely deserve it, we won't be able to draw it towards us because it's an energetic match. Do you sometimes wonder what other people would think if this happened? Maybe your dream is to sell everything you own and live on a warm beach somewhere. Well, what would your family think? What would your parents think? What would your children think? Right? So sometimes we're not completely in alignment and we sabotage ourselves because we're worried about what other people think, or we have fears that get in the way. So where are you holding yourself back? Are you really free to let this happen? Are you really free to welcome this into your life? Concept number 4 is all about time. When we move into a 5D world, time changes. Time isn't the same as it is in the 3D world. In the 3D world, we think, well, I have to have this so that I can get this, and then I can get that, okay? That's kind of very 3D world thinking, like I have to have this job and then I get promoted to this before I can move to that. Or I have to have this degree before I can do this. Or I have to get in with the right group. Or I have to know the right people. Or I have to whatever, right? But in the 5D world, time doesn't work the same way. We can go from step A to step Z in the 5D world, right? It doesn't have to be in order. We limit ourselves when we think it does. In the 5D world, it's more about magic than it is about timing. And when we talk about time, it's important to understand that not everything is going to happen when we want it to happen. So for instance, I woke up this morning thinking I was going to do something totally different. But the idea came to my mind to do a video about manifestation. So here I am doing a video about manifestation. But I didn't plan that today. As a matter of fact, I planned other things that I put on hold because the timing was right for this. So instead of sitting around going, oh, what can I do a video on? I put that aside completely. And I said, when I feel like doing a video on something, I'll just do a video on something. So that's where we are today, doing a video on manifestation when I had no plan at all to do this. So when you are manifesting in the 5D world, understand that things just show up when they show up, and that they don't necessarily show up in order. And when they show up, go with it, whether it makes sense or not. And this leads us right into the 5th concept, that it's all about energy. So the most important thing to understand is that when you are an energy match to what it is you are manifesting, it can't help but to appear in your world. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard about the law of attraction. The law of attraction works 100% of the time. And this is the most important concept to understand, is that whether you are intentionally manifesting or not, you are manifesting all the time. Everything in your environment is something that you once manifested. Isn't that a fun concept? So no matter whether you like it or not, whether you agree or not, and whether you intend to or not, you are manifesting right now in this moment. So this goes along with concept number 4 of time. Concept number 5 is all about energy. So when you are manifesting, the only time you can manifest is in the now. So when you understand the 3D concept of I want, I need, I would like to have in the future, and when you put it in the future tense, what you are manifesting is in the future tense. So it will always be in the future tense. Does that make sense? Right? So if I say, someday I'd like to have a shiny red sports car, then it will always be someday. But if you can turn that around and use all these concepts and say, today I'm in my shiny red sports car, right? That makes all the difference in the world. So concept number 5 about energy is being grateful in the now. So I want to bring an example in for this. Say you're driving a 1972 Pinto wagon. The muffler's tied up with a hanger, the door's barely shut, none of the windows work, right? It's an old, crappy car, and you hate it, right? You'd like to have a Ferrari, a beautiful Ferrari. It's fast, it's got the leather, it's turbo, whatever a Ferrari is, it's all that and more. So how are you going to love where you are if it's not where you want to be? And that's the challenge. So when you can appreciate that your Pinto gets you from A to B, maybe you can appreciate that your Pinto doesn't use a lot of gas, or that you don't have any car payments, or whatever, right? If you can find a way to love what you've got now, and every time you get in that Pinto, you're just like, this is so great, right? And know what the Ferrari also feels like. The Ferrari is just as great as where you are today, right? It's just a new level of great. That changes the dynamic to, do I want it? Do I deserve it? What will other people think when I get it? All those things that get in our way, right? It's about the now. The energy you're creating in this now moment, because the now is all we have. It's all that's tangible. The past is gone. The future isn't here yet. It doesn't exist. Neither one of those exist. What exists is the right now. So the energy we are creating in the right now is manifesting what will be brought to us. It's manifesting. It's putting all the wheels in motion for the universe to come together for us. Okay? Now I want to cover the 7 must-knows for manifesting in the 5D world. Must know number 1, always manifest in the present time. Number 2, always include all of your senses. Number 3, be in alignment with what you want. Does this fit my life? Is it for the good of all? Number 4, know the what. Your job is to know the what. Let the universe worry about the how. Let the universe worry about the when. Your job is to know the what. Number 5, get out of your head. Ignore the logic and believe in magic. Number 6, always go with intuition and timing. If it feels right, it's right. If it doesn't feel right, it's not right. When you get a hunch, go for it, because that's the universe giving you that little step that's going to take you to the next step and the next step and the next step. And must know number 7, never belittle the magic. When it shows up, be grateful, be thankful, and be amazed. And remember, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got some useful information. Don't forget, it's okay to come back and watch it as we move through the new year. When life happens, sometimes we forget these things, and it's good to come back and revisit and renew our intentions throughout the year. I wish you a blessed and magical new year. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to share it with anyone you think might benefit from it. And as always, I appreciate it when you subscribe to the channel.